What's going on, guys? It's Mike for Sim Racing 604, and this is a set of T-LCM pedals from Thrustmaster. This is the first set of pedals from Thrustmaster with the built-in load cell. It's got huge amounts of adjustability on the pedals. It's compatible with console and PC, and we have up to 100 kilograms of resistance on that load cell. All this for $199 US. Seems like a smoking deal. So today I'm going to get them unboxed onto the rig and test it out. Let's go. Okay, so as mentioned, guys, this is the latest offering from Thrustmaster. They were kind enough to send me a review set. By the time you're seeing this, it's going to be out on the market. MSRP of $199 US. Let's see what we got here. See if I can be the first sim tuber to slice off a finger on camera. Pretty good weight to it here. 5.2 kilograms in box. There's a bonus box here. Not exactly sure what's in there. And then just some stuffing. Get rid of that through the magic of television. All right, so I guess we'll start with this small box here, see what's in it. Cockpit adapter. Okay, so yeah, I did, when I contacted Thrustmaster, when Thrustmaster contacted me rather, I told them that I have the Next Level Racing GT Track cockpit. So this is an adapter set that can be used to better fit the pedals onto that particular rig. So I'll put these aside for now. And let's get them open. So this is obviously just one big cruel Russian doll trick that Thrustmaster is playing on me. Oh. They've just put a few rocks in a tiny box. Very funny, guys, very funny. And we are finally down to the actual box. It is actually recycling pickup day tomorrow in my neighborhood, so this is perfect timing. And get all these stickers cut. Drilling template for racing cockpit. Oh, I see. Well, that's cool. So it tells you exactly how to line these up. And the moment most of you have been waiting for. So I lost some important parts here. Cables. USB. Don't remember my USB lettering. Anyway, 90-degree USB connector there. Is that USB-A? I think it's USB-A. And then it looks like an RJ12 connection here for connection to Thrustmaster wheelbases. More parts. So these look like pedal standoffs, and then they've included an Allen key here. And these are resistance springs, by the way. So I mentioned in the intro that this has up to 100 kilograms of resistance, and it can be accomplished by the configuration of your springs and washers. Instruction manual, good size instruction manual here. And voila. So there, hopefully you guys can see that okay. Nice looking set of pedals. I like the silver finish. Yeah, very cool. I like the looks of them. Nice fat brake pedal there. Got the exposed mechanics behind it. Very nice. So the hinge point, of course, for all three pedals is set about 1/3 of the way along the base, and yeah, they all seem really great. And you have a lot of pedal adjustment. You can see the various screw holes there, and then behind there's these standoffs, and you can adjust those standoffs to change the angle of the face as well. So huge amounts of customization can be done to these pedals. So very cool. So I'm going to get into some of the technical, and then I'm going to get these mounted. I don't want to show you guys my butt for 10 minutes, so no need to watch me mount these, but I'm going to get them set on the rig, and then we will test them out. So before we actually get these pedals up and running, I did want to give just a little bit more backstory on the T-LCM pedals. As mentioned in the intro, this is the first time Thrustmaster has made a pedal set with an included load cell. Some of you might remember that I had a set of T3PA Pro pedals, and those are also Thrustmaster pedals, and they had a load cell, but that was actually a third-party load cell. But Thrustmaster has now managed to build a 3-pedal set including a load cell, and the MSRP is just $199, so that's a tremendous value. In fact, it's about 1/3 of the price of the Fanatic Club Sport V3 inverted pedals that I'm currently running, and it matches what Feel VR is asking for their load cell pedals, and they market them as affordable, so pretty tremendous. And just a few more of the features here. You can probably guess the T and the LC in the name, but the M is actually for magnetic, and specifically referencing the fact that the T-LCM pedals are using magnets for added fidelity on the accelerator and clutch pedals. They call it the heart system, and it gives the pedals up to 16 bits of resolution, which is about 65,000 steps. And the 16-bit is only available on PC. This is compatible with the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but only through a Thrustmaster wheelbase. And then you drop it down to 12-bit, which is still about 4,000 steps of resolution. All the major components of the T-LCM pedals are metal, and it can mount onto most rigs or just sit on the floor. And you can adjust the pedal faces for height, spacing between the pedals, and the pitch or angle. And there's an included tuning software which allows you to tweak top and bottom dead zones and brake pressure. Brake pressure is primarily controlled mechanically by springs and washers, but you can also adjust it in software. So it seems like Thrustmaster has done a fantastic job here bringing a great product at a great price. So I'm excited to get these booted up. So when I first connected, I'm going to do a firmware update, and I recommend you do the same. And then what I'm going to do is show you guys the tuning software, and then we will try it in game. Okay guys, so we got the pedals all mounted up, everything's good, and now we're in the Thrustmaster Sim Pedals Calibration Tool, which you can see on your screen now. So what we're looking at here, I mean there's a nice legend right here, but the dead zone, top and bottom. So if you're the type of person, and I do this sometimes, where I kind of rest my foot on the pedals like this, you can see the gas pedal or the throttle there. Sometimes I rest my foot on it, so you can adjust the dead zone like that, so that you're not actually accelerating. On the right, the blue bar is the percentage of what you're actually getting. So again, if you just kind of get into your natural position with the pedals and set a dead zone above that, that's all you need to do. And there's also a digital adjustment of the brake force here. It's defaulted to 70. I'm going to turn this all the way up for now, and then of course the same thing with the clutch, and you have top and bottom
dead zones. So if you don't want to have to press the pedal all the way for whatever reason, you can just set the dead zone to your liking. So very simple software, very easy to use. Once you've made the changes, just click apply. Then all you need to do is unplug it. And then your changes are saved and you're ready to boot into game. And that's exactly what we're gonna do now. So I'm gonna run a couple laps with these pedals, and then when I'm done, I will give my final thoughts and give the pros and cons of the Thrustmaster T-LCM pedals. Okay guys, so here we are in Assetto Corsa Competizione on board the 2019 Porsche. And just gonna do a lap here at Laguna Seca and talk about my impressions of the pedals. So I've spent about an hour with them so far, and initial impressions, the clutch and the accelerator are absolutely tremendous, and I don't mean they're tremendous for the money, I mean they're tremendous period. Very, very linear feeling. Thrustmaster's done a nice job. I guess that's their heart system coming into play, and they feel great. I'm so impressed with these things. The brake pedal has taken some getting used to for me. The reason being is my V3 inverteds that I'm coming from don't really have a defined stop. They just kind of, you just push them as hard as you want and you never really hit the bottom. Whereas this brake pedal does have a stop, and you can see me, I can hit it there. When I really slam on the brakes, it does go all the way to the bottom. So that's taken some mental adjustment. It just means that I have to be more careful with my braking input. And I've got everything set to as hard as possible. But it does still hit the bottom. But overall, guys, I mean, I thought I might have to, take price into consideration and, give sort of a, I guess you would say a tempered review, and, it's good for the money. But I think these are good pedals, period. I think Thrustmaster has done a really, really great job with these pedals, with these T-LCM pedals. And the pedals feel surprisingly good too. Even in socks, they feel really good. They're nice and wide, have a nice smooth finish. The linearity is really blowing my mind. All right, guys, so it's time to wrap things up. So in summary, guys, I think Thrustmaster has created a fantastic product here. I was prepared to have to make concessions with the T-LCM pedals based on the price point, but honestly, I have very few gripes with these pedals regardless of the price. Here's a look at what I liked and what I didn't like about the T-LCM pedals. For pros, it's an excellent value. First and foremost, I think the $199 price point is a smoking deal for these pedals. As I mentioned earlier, it puts them on par with the Feel VR pedals, and Thrustmaster is a reputable, proven brand, and to come in at that price point with a load cell pedal, I think is a great deal. Also, the extremely smooth pedal travel. I'm so impressed with the travel of the accelerator pedal coming out of corners. It just feels so smooth and so linear. Very, very impressed with that. Easily adjustable mechanical resistance on the brake pedal. Switching springs is easy, and it only takes about 30 seconds for you to increase or decrease the mechanical resistance, so that's a huge plus for me. The pedals are comfortably sized and they're easily repositioned, and there's a lot of different positioning options, so that's great. It's PC and console compatible. If you have a Thrustmaster wheelbase, you can use it on console, and that is huge for a lot of us. The software is simple and effective. I have a lot of other tuning softwares where you have to go through pages just to find the setting you're looking for. Thrustmaster has done a great job giving you only what you need, very simple interface. And finally, in the pros category, it feels like a huge step forward, a strong step forward for Thrustmaster. In my opinion, it's better than the T3PA Pro pedals, and really is a big step forward for Thrustmaster, and I think they've done a great job with this. In the cons category, or things I don't like about the T-LCM pedals, the first thing is the cockpit adapter kit. It only comes with 2 tapped holes, so it would be nice if that adapter kit to fit the T-LCM pedals onto your cockpit did have a couple more tapped holes. You can see under heavy braking that the bottom kind of peels up. That's because there's no screws. You can't thread any screws in to keep that bottom pinned down, so it'd be nice if they had a couple more tapped holes. Should be a simple fix. The T-LCM pedals themselves have lots of screw holes, but the cockpit adapter, in my opinion, needs at least a couple more. The owner's manual needs more explanation of what the brake spring pressure is, so it's easy enough to switch out the springs and adjust the brake pressure to your liking. It would be nice though if they just laid out a simple chart that said 2 red springs gives you 90 kilograms of resistance, a red and a black gives you 70 kilograms, etc, etc. Less guesswork on my part. Third thing, the brake travel is shallower than what I prefer, and granted this is a personal preference thing and you might be used to this amount of travel, but coming from the V3 inverted pedals, it did feel like the brake was a little bit shallow, but again, just a personal preference thing. And lastly, there is no option to invert these pedals, so if you come from the T3PA Pro pedals, you will notice that you can't have it set at either GT or Formula style. There is only one option. So overall, I'm very happy with this pedal set and I'm happy to recommend it to you. If you're in the market for a new set of pedals at or around the $200 price point, you should definitely give these pedals some serious consideration. They're not intended to compete with something like the Heusinkveld Ultimates or anything like that, but for those with budget considerations, the T-LCM is a very well equipped and very well built product in my opinion. And probably most importantly, it's got a lot of customization options to get the pedals set exactly how you like it. Thanks guys for watching, and we will see you next time.